Hey folks, welcome to What's New, the Peter Larman Outdoor Radio Show. I'm your host, Peter Larman, and today I'm very pleased to have on the show Doug Hyde, General Manager of George's Marine and Sports out of the Kingston, Ontario location. George's carries the following boat lines, Tracker, Nitro, Crestliner, Bayliner, Regal, just to name a few. We will be discussing what's new with Nitro and Tracker, and then get into what should a person be looking for when purchasing their first pleasure boat. However, before we get started, there are a couple of housekeeping things we need to take care of before we get to Doug. I want to thank everyone that listens to us on Spreaker.com, as well as those that catch us 3 times on Wednesdays at 6:30 in the morning, lunchtime at 12:30, and just after dinner at 6:30 p.m. on WRVOradio.com. We hope that you're enjoying the shows, and if there are any topics you'd like us to cover, you can send us a message under Contact Me at www.peterlarman.com. Over the next little while, we'll be releasing our new Facebook page called Peter Larman Outdoors Radio, where you'll be able to post your comments and questions about shows and topics. I know Doug's been waiting patiently to tell us what's going on at George's Marine and Sports for the remainder of this year and what's new for 2015. But we have to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back right after this. George's Marine and Sports, making fun of reality. George's has 3 locations: their head office in Eganville, the largest showroom in Ottawa, and their new location in Kingston. George's sells everything you need for your boating and outdoor pleasure. Boats from Tracker, Nitro, Crestliner, Bayliner, Regal, and Sea-Doo. And then don't forget their line of outboards, Mercury and BRP. Livingston Lures. Livingston Lures is committed to bringing fishermen everywhere innovative, technologically advanced lures designed to flat out catch fish in fresh and salt water. With an exciting new line of crankbaits, lipless crankbaits, topwater baits, jerk baits, and wake baits featuring unique sound and vibration technology. Livingston Lures is set to make some real noise across the fishing industry. Gambler Lures. Better baits, better fishing, better time on the water. Gambler Lures has one goal when it comes to our products: catching you more and bigger fish. Lose. Building innovative products that are faster, lighter, and stronger. Welcome back. As I mentioned earlier, we are pleased to have on the show this week Doug Hyde from George's Marine and Sports. Welcome to the show, Doug.
Thank you. Great to be here. Thanks, Peter.
Well, I'm glad you can join us. Thank you for being patient with us and taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us. I know it's late in the afternoon and things are starting to wrap up. George's Marine and Sports has been in the marine industry for over 40 years. I believe you guys have 2 locations, Eganville and Ottawa, and you recently opened up your 3rd location in Kingston. Could you, since you're the general manager of that location, Doug, can you tell us about that location?
Absolutely, be proud to. I'm actually a local boy from Kingston. I've been here for over 10 years, so when I knew that George's was coming to Kingston, it was a great opportunity to me to be a part of something from the ground up. Well, I shouldn't say from the ground up. The business was obviously here under previous ownership, but the changes that we made last year, Peter, were alarming even for a guy like me who was here from day one. To see, it was really like a 3-stage improvement process. First of all, we worked on the building, and we put a new showroom in, and another service bay, a new parts counter, service writing area, etc. That was stage 1. We had a fantastic grand opening at the end of August, just over a year ago, and almost right after that, the shovels hit the ground, and we put in another 500 feet of seawall around the marina just to shore up a lot of the existing, like the point and some of the areas where people park. And then the 3rd stage was late fall last year towards Christmas, where we installed 48 new dock towers. So we pretty much removed everything that was existing from the previous ownership and installed brand new with 30 and 50 amp service. So it's startling how much has changed in just a year, and of course this past summer was amazing to hit the ground running when the snow melted, to really, start as a business up and running with great staff. And this summer we just built on our improvements with a new gazebo out on the point and some more gravel for better landscaping, and we've got even better things coming next year. So we're really excited, looking behind and ahead of us, that's for sure.
Wow, that is a lot of changes in a short period of time. Now, I know you said you're in Kingston.
Whereabouts are you guys located?
Well, our street address is 4000 Bath Road, but most folks will think better if we were to tell them we were in Collins Bay. So, in the west end of town, if you will, right across from Collins Bay Marina, and at the mouth of Collins Bay, right at the access to Lake Ontario, and up through the reach towards Picton. So it's a great on-water location, and how we tell people is we're close to home and we're on the lake. The feedback from those in the Greater Kingston area has been very positive, in the sense that they can have their boat here at one of our 120 slips. Some folks will go to work, of course, come home, change their clothes, and then come down to their boat for dinner, or go out for a cruise on the lake, or a water ski or something. So the proximity to the metropolitan area, if you will, although Kingston's not that large, but the proximity to the city life and to be on the water with all the services we provide has been very, very well received.
Well, that's excellent. I mean, I know myself, I love being on the water, and I try to get out there as often as I can. I can just imagine having the dock right by home, and having the boat can come and go as you please is definitely a positive.
So one of the things I should also say, as far as coming and going, is that we have a new pass key entrance system. So it's not a conventional metal key; it's an actual pass key, like you see at factories or other security buildings, etc. So dockage customers get 2 keys per slip, or little tabs actually, and they just swipe them through. So there's a heightened element of security that people appreciate when it comes to storing and docking their summer homes. So they have a greater sense of comfort knowing where their boat is when they're not at it. So that's been a real nice touch to our improvements as well.
Oh, that's excellent, for sure. I mean, I know boats these days are not cheap, especially when you're talking boats that go out on the Great Lakes or out on the St. Lawrence. They're cruisers, and like you said, they're homes on the water. So more security and peace of mind for the customers, the better. And that's amazing. So, Doug, what are the product lines that George's carry?
Well, in Kingston, we have, on the fiberglass side, we've got Bayliner and Regal. On the aluminum side, fishing side, we've got Tracker, of course, and Crestliner. And we can also get into nitro boats as well through the Tracker Marine Group. They've been a really well-received line down here. And on the pontoon boat side, we sell Harris pontoons. So we've got what I like about our product line is we've got a boat for everybody, whether it's something that an entry-level boat, somebody just getting into boating, or somebody who's on their second or third or fourth boat, and through the years they've got more refined eye as to what they're looking for. Well, we've got a boat for them too. If you're a pontoon boater on a back lake and all you want to do is cruise with your friends and family, do some water sports, and then come back to the dock and put the cover on, or if you've got a cruiser that did, like we said, is your summer home and you want to spend the warm months on it, we've got that as well. So I'm really impressed with how well positioned we are for your boating needs, regardless of what they are.
Well, for sure, I can see that. Unfortunately, I mean, we only have a 30-minute show here, so we can't get into each and every product that's available at George's, because by the sounds of it, we'd be talking for hours. But with that being said, and staying with the fishing theme for this part of the show, you mentioned you carried nitro boats. I know this year Nitro in 2014 released a replacement for. Actually, I should tell people that are not familiar. The parent company for Nitro was Tracker Boats, which is owned by Bass Pro Shops, and Tracker had a boat, an aluminum boat called the Tundra. They no longer make that model, and they replaced it with a Nitro boat, a fiberglass boat, and I believe it was the VS21.
Yes, it was ZV21.
ZV20, sorry. So yeah, so they brought that out. Now, can you describe that boat? I mean, I know the Tundra was a big boat. Is that Nitro one just as big?
Yes, it definitely has a presence to it, no question. Its overall length is about 21.5 feet, rated for 350 horsepower. So it kind of gives you an idea how big it is and what it can handle. There's some great videos on YouTube of people out on their ZV21 and what big water it will handle. And I know we wouldn't find most of that big water in these climates, but however, out on Lake Ontario, it can get pretty whipped up sometimes. So it's nice to know that when you're in a ZV21, you've got the right boat. We have one here in the Kingston store with a 300 on it, and it's just beautiful with a kicker motor. and a few upgrades, the Lowrance structure scan, and a 9.9 four-stroke Bigfoot Pro Kicker, and Lenco trim tabs, etc. So it's really well equipped and ready for Lake Ontario. So it's been the Nitro brand in general has been really well received here, and we're looking forward to even better things in 2015.
Well, wow, that is a huge boat. Yeah, like you said, that's perfect for fishing big waters, the Great Lakes, the St. Lawrence, and even down into the States, some of the bigger lakes like Lake Champlain. When that wind on Lake Champlain blows north-south, it can get pretty choppy. But I agree, that sounds like a perfect boat for all the walleye guys or guys that like to do, even trout guys like to get out into the big water and do some fishing for sure. In 20 now, is there anything? Are they going to add to that line for 2015? Or are they going to stick?
I see coming down the line a younger sister of the 21. It'll be a ZV-18, just shy of 19 feet length overall, and rated for 200. So it's not afraid of power either. Ideally, I think a tracker will, or Nitro, I should say, will recommend in the neighborhood of a 150 XL. So it'll be a 25-inch shaft, which suggests how deep it is for big water. 5-person capacity, but just much like all the other Nitros and Tracker in that same kind of mindset, the standard features are plenty. Hydraulic tilt steering for little things like that, and the custom fit trailer, and stainless prop is included. I mean, it's just a really well-rounded package. Of course, there are lots of options, but what you get for your money if you just took the standard boat is terrific, and it's just testimony to why Nitro and Tracker are such a great brand for us.
Wow, so that's good. I'm really glad because I mean the 21 foot is a great boat, but that's really you're serious about your fishing, and like you said, power that with a 300. You're looking at tournament guys and what have you, guides, etc. The 18 foot though, that fits more like the cottage goer type people that they're still serious about their fishing, but they do fishing all the time. But they may have a cottage on Lake Ontario or a cottage on the St. Lawrence, and they want the stability of a Nitro. That's great. I'm glad they're coming out with something like that. Doug, you also mentioned with Nitro and the Tracker boats and the aluminum side. Is there anything new with whether it's you had mentioned Crestliner as well? Is there anything new on the aluminum side that's coming down the pipe in 2015?
Well, I haven't got official confirmation of what's coming down on Crestliner. It's still early days yet. I do know we've had dealer meetings. August and September are the 2 months where the manufacturers call all their dealers in for their annual meetings, and I'm actually going to one next month. Crestliner's had theirs. Tracker and Nitros is coming up very soon. Bayliner is coming up soon. So this is a chance for dealers first to survey what's coming out, and I just haven't been privy to what Crestliner's got offered yet, but I know they won't sit back. There's one company I do admire as far as the all-welded hull and the other features that Crestliner features is not standing still. They've definitely got product coming for next year. I just don't know exactly specifically. We were given the Nitro ZV-18 news release, and it's terrific, and I should have some news soon as to what we're going to see on the Crestliner side for sure.
Oh, well, excellent. Well, then maybe when that comes back, we may have to get you back on and let us know, because I know there's a lot.
My excuse right there.
That's it. I know I know we have a lot of people that are fishing that, not so much tournament guys, but a lot of weekend warriors are into fishing and stuff like that. So they might be interested in that for sure. Doug, we have to take another quick little break here and pay some bills. But when we return, I'd like to talk to you about, as you mentioned earlier, the pleasure boat side. You mentioned Bayliner, Regal, and your line of pontoon boats. So hang on tight if you don't mind. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about that. Right now, you're listening to What's New, the Peter Larman Out There radio show, and we will be right back.
Sequoia Communications. High-quality cabling products, network solutions, and professional services are our highest priorities. Sequoia Communications is an established Ottawa-based company